Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paola and today is another day of the 12 Days of Christmas video series that I am doing. I am very excited that I get to talk about the top 10 adult books that I read in 2022. At number 10, we have Sunny Disposition by Deanna Gray. This is a grumpy sunshine college love story between a hockey player, an amnesiac hockey player, and his new roommate. She is a gamer who streams online, and they started to really bond and sort of fall in love with each other online. And the day that they are supposed to meet, he has an accident, and that's how he loses his memory of her. And it's about them sort of reconnecting organically. This was fun and really, like, it packed quite the emotional punch. I was not expecting it to be as angsty as it was, but it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. At number 9, we have My Fake Canadian Wife by M. Hollis. This is sapphic, it is adult romance, and it is about a girl who is about to finish her studies. So her visa is about to expire, but she really wants to stay in Canada. And so she needs to get married to a Canadian person or find a job so that her visa is renewed. And so she can't find a job, so she has to find a wife. And it's about the potential wife and her getting to know each other and coming up with the story of how they met and how they fell in love to make it believable to whoever is interviewing them. And it is fun, it is short, and it is quite angsty, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. At number 8, we have Tiki Royal by Nana Malone. This is a romance between heir to the throne and the undercover bodyguard that goes to get him back home. And it's about secrets, and it's about family, and it's about the pressures of being a royal. And it is funny and steamy. And I think this is my first Nana Malone book. She has quite the catalog. And this was just such a great place to start. I want to recommend it to anyone and everyone who enjoys light-hearted contemporary royal stories. At number 7, we have What the Hex by Alexis Daria. This is an Amazon original, or an Audible original, sorry. And it is short. I think it is like 2.5 hours maybe. And it's about a witchy family, and it's second chance romance, and it's also steamy, and it's about sort of fighting together for what's right and falling back in love in the process. And honestly, it's Alexis Daria. I love her to death, two pieces. So I will recommend any and every book that she ever writes. At number 6, we have the Tycoons Socialite Bride by Tracy Livesay. It is a marriage of convenience between a real estate tycoon and a kind-hearted socialite. This one was far too emotional for me. I loved it, but I was not expecting it to have such an emotional punch to it. It's about connection, it's about love, it's about honesty, it's about what makes a relationship successful, and it is also quite a steamy read, so I highly recommend this one. At number 5, we have Exodus 23 by Freddy's Moon. This is a monster romance between Diego Lopez, who is a trans sex worker, and Ariel Acevedo, who is sort of in charge of taking care of the church. And they are refurbishing the church and falling in love and having a lot of sex in the process. This was so good and so sexy and romantic and wholesome, and it is just the perfect combination of steaminess and sweetness, and I highly recommend it to anyone and everyone, whether you enjoy monster romance or not. I think there is something in this for everyone. At number 4, we have Fall Into You by Georgina Kristen, and this one in the synopsis says, An FF Black BBW sapphic romance featuring plus-size main characters, a small-town, autumn themes, witches and studs, motorcycle rides, coffee shops, childhood friends to lovers romance, and tons of found family feels. This one is short and sweet and steamy and so full of love, both romantic and platonic, and it is beautiful, perfect for the autumn cozy vibes. I really recommend reading these while you're curling up before going to bed. At number 3, we have The Duke Makes Me Feel by Adriana Herrera, and this synopsis says, her newfound success has her little apothecary teeming with ill-mannered aristocrats, but as tiresome as they are, she needs the business. When the unflappable Duke of Linley storms into her shop and makes her an offer she'd be a fool to refuse, Marena soon finds herself on the adventure of a lifetime with a man who is as infuriating as he is intriguing. This one is just sexy and fun and short, and you can read this one any time of the year. You can read any of these books any time of the year, but this one doesn't have a particular like seasony vibe to it. And you can read this in a day, you can read this in an afternoon, you can read this in a night, you can read this in one sitting, and it is just so much fun. At number 2, we have A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbert. This is a low-heat small-town romance between Ruth, the small-town pariah, and her new neighbor who is a chef, and his name is Evan. And this is just short and sweet, and I love how like he is just so in love with her, and he refuses to take no for an answer. Like every time she tries to push him away, he's like, no, but I won't leave you alone, you do not have to be alone. And she's just, she's rough around the edges, but she has so much love to give, and I love this book. Two pieces. Two pieces. And at number 1, we have Juniper and Thorne by Ava Reed. And it says here, from a highly acclaimed best-selling author, Ava Reed, comes a gothic horror retelling of the Juniper Tree, where a young witch seeks to discover her identity and escape the domination of her ruthless wizard father. If I had just one word to describe this book, it is powerful. It's about stories and survival. It's about sexual abuse. It's about finding hope in the darkest of places. And it's about connection. And it's about love. And it's about fighting for yourself. It's about advocating for yourself. And this book, I love that it really forces us to see reality. And it is the most amazing book you will read. I don't think it's for everyone. It is disturbing. It is meant to be disturbing. And I need more people to really get this book. I need more people to think about this book as opposed to just judging it because of the themes that it carries. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, if you would like to read any of these books, and if you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.